Ever wonder what happens when an artist just keeps going for, like, 17 years? Not for the fame, not for the money, but because they have a mission. Well, today we're looking at an independent filmmaker whose quiet dedication is suddenly getting some major recognition. It really proves that passion and purpose can connect with an audience in a huge way.
So what's all the buzz about? Well, it all starts with a couple of pretty big wins that have put a spotlight on years and years of hard work.
Okay, so check this out. In late 2024, filmmaker Melissa Arsan scores back-to-back Audience Choice Awards from the Liftoff Sessions. First, she wins for her film Guru Within in October, and then she does it again in November with Crystals. For an independent filmmaker, getting one of these is amazing, but two in a row? That's something special.
Which, of course, makes you ask the question, right? Who is this creative force who grabbed the audience's attention not just once, but twice in 2 months?
Well, let me tell you, this is no overnight success story. Not even close. This is the result of a long creative journey. Her name is Melissa Arsan. And her story, wow, it's really all about persistence and having a clear vision. For 17 years, just let that sink in for a second. For 17 years, she's been honing her craft, making short films, editing videos, basically putting in the work, all driven by her own unique perspective. That's almost 2 decades of dedication.
Her journey actually started way back in the early 2000s, but you can see a key moment here in 2018. That's when she relaunched her YouTube channel, Thoughts and Perceptions Out Loud, which was a huge step in sharing her work with more people. And all of that builds up to 2024 and those awards. It's like the perfect validation for all that effort.
So what keeps someone going for 17 years? You don't stick with something for that long unless you have a really powerful why. It's not just about making films, it's about making films that have a serious mission behind them.
And this quote, this says it all. She says, "My goal is not money, but to create awareness and start a grassroots community project that will help change the perception of addiction and mental health." There it is. That's her entire motivation, laid out plain and simple.
And this really puts it into perspective, right? You've got the traditional goal for a lot of filmmakers over here: commercial success, profit, you know the drill. But Arsa's mission is totally different. Her focus is on advocacy, on building a community, and on using her art to actually change how we think about crucial topics like mental health. The awards are just a great side effect of that mission, not the main goal.
Okay, so we know her why. Now let's take a look at the work itself and see how that mission comes to life in her films.
Now, this is just a handful of her 7 directorial credits, but just look at some of these titles. The Shadow Self, her award winner, Guru Within. You can already feel a theme, can't you? This deep dive into introspection, consciousness, exploring those parts of ourselves we don't always look at, and finding wisdom inside. It's clear these are more than just projects. They're pieces of a larger puzzle she's exploring.
And she says it herself right here. My films are from the heart and each connected to my own journey and interests. That authenticity, that's absolutely what audiences are connecting with so strongly. It feels real because, well, it is.
So when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway from Melissa Arsan's story? It really comes down to the power of a single person having a voice and just deciding to use it.
Her career is a fantastic example of art being used as a tool for connection and for advocacy. She shows us how a camera, a unique vision, and a really clear purpose can start some incredibly important conversations.
And that kind of leaves us with the final thought to chew on. Melissa Arsan used her passion for film to start changing the conversation around mental health. It makes you wonder, in a world that is so full of noise, how can your creative passion, whatever it is, change a conversation you care about?